hitting home right now.
Yeah, and that's one of Byakuya's strong starters too, so he's kind of getting away with it. Ooh, round start 623B, catch him mashing buttons. Oh.
I mean, that is a legit round start option that you will likely have to respect.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh,
lordy lord.
Okay, so that wasn't just me. Okay.
Okay.
So, fresh start, I suppose.
Okay. we roll with the punches. We learn with the punches.
It's all good. We got time.
Okay, we got a lot of time.
Hopefully we can get that resolved pretty soon, and then we can move on. We blame the US's internet infrastructure. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm down with that.
No. I'm down to blame the US in that regard. But you know what? Kamone said the R word, so let's pray. Let's like put our hands into the air, spirit bomb fashion, that we get that rollback net code.
Oh god, that would be so great. That would make me very happy. Alright, so we got a little bit more consistent momentum from Nyoom here. Not a whole lot in the way of conversions off some of these straight hits, but still pretty good keep away so far. Okay, drop on that.
Looking good. Ooh, doing increased JC to try to catch him. Oh, 3C whiffs and 2C connects, but the combo is dropped. Ooh, nice J22B. 3C to catch him slipping. Run up. So,
I gotta say, this zoning style from Nyoom is very interesting.
Yeah, Nyoom actually shares this playstyle from a good friend of hers known as Lufel, Locked Up for Life. And I said locked, for those who did not hear me properly. They play this keep away Phonon style that can be very irritating to deal with. And this is sort of what happens. They get the life lead, and they just sort of snowball, chip you out, and you have to gamble on an assault or you eat 4B.
Yeah, I mean, so for the moment, I mean, it seems like it's definitely paying off. So, I mean, this could just be something where, like, we really need to see, oh, wow, pretty clean FF there.
Force function is so strong, it lagged the game. Woo!
Pretty sure that was I mean, that's a pretty legit reaction just with having a CS there. But yeah, so, I mean, it really seems like to me the name of the game here is just matchup knowledge, really. It could just be first game nerves, but I feel like Luca's definitely kind of jumping the gun a little bit, trying to get in a little too hard, which is understandable because this is a very annoying matchup to navigate neutral. Ugh.
What is going on with this?
Internet infrastructure in central New York is collapsing.
Yeah. Let's go lag.
So, all things aside, that last game did actually go through pretty cleanly, and Nyoom actually had a pretty solid, control over the pace of that match.
Yeah.
So, again, I feel like Luca just kind of needs to chill out a little bit, just kind of take advantage of the fact that it's like, yeah, I mean, you gotta acknowledge that in this matchup, you're probably not gonna win the neutral game too hard, so you really just kind of need to, like, chill out, search for your opportunity, and then just, like, take it and run with it, because, I mean, you know, that's how Byakuya wants to operate anyway, just against any character. But, like, especially now, like, I think this is really a time where you need to solidify that, where it's like, you know, especially when you're playing against someone that is obviously operating on a very heavy, like, almost exclusive zoning style. I feel like the best way to play against people that are committed to zoning is to, like, the logic of most zoners is that they want to wear you down. I almost feel like the best way to play against a zoner is that you have to turn that back against them and like exhaust them. Because eventually they're going to get lazy with their options, and then you can generally find your window in from there.
Playing against zoners is always a sort of mental fortitude type of thing, and it's hard to play against zoners. It is. As someone who plays Gord, who is a hybrid zoner, I'm gonna call him a hybrid zoner because that's basically what Gord is. It's more or less the fact of who can keep their head on straight for longer. See, like right here, if he had just calmed down a little bit, controlled the grid cycle. A lot of these
3Cs are catching pretty cleanly. Yeah, I really feel like this is just like kind of just like a series of knowledge checks at this point.
Yeah.
Because like, oh wow, okay,
6B from downtown.
Unusual bit of aggression here, but we're actually getting mostly
drops the charge fireball. All right, the overheads, we take those. Oh, drops it again. Oh
boy.
Oh, okay. The 2C.
2C mash.
Toughed it out.
A little greedy on that confirm there.
Yeah. Oh, tried to go for reversal.
Yeah.
Not looking good. But there we go. J22C to take it. Let's go, Wi-Fi. Yeah. Don't worry, Star. Wi-Fi is a third-party member in this set right now. He's like coaching right now. He's doing a poor job at it, but he's there.
Okay, so
J2C.
Okay, wow, just go in. I mean, I guess that's one way to do it. Like realistically, I mean, you gotta take that bet eventually.
Yeah.
You know, if the other guy is really committed to not really going in, like you might as well check how they're monitoring your approach like as early as possible.
Hey, that's 6-6B. Okay. Yeah, that was
kind of unfortunate on the 6-6C there. There's definitely no hitbox. There's quite a bit of dead zone in the middle there, so you got to be aware of that depending on how your opponent's moving in on you.
Okay, here we go. Luca's getting started. Drops the 5C. It's a good thing Luca is checking Nyoom's round start, because a lot of times when you play against zoners, checking a round start option is a very important sort of matter to take into consideration, because if they want to start to initiate their bullying,
it is
sitting down and playing patient for a minute and let them waste mental energy is a very strong option.
It can be. I think it would definitely help Luca in this case. Like, man, like, so it seems like Luca kind of knows what he wants to do with his confirms when he gets a straight hit, but I feel like he's kind of lost for how to actually get that hit.
Yeah, so right now it's not the what he wants to do, it's more of the how Luca wants to get there.
Because I mean, again, like he's eating like a lot of these 3Cs from like very long range. Like you, at some point you really gotta be
grid break.
You gotta stop and take a moment to be like cognizant of what the other player's doing and capitalize. Like right there. Like I've seen him do that like a few times now, and it paid off really, really well here. But I definitely need to see more of that.
6-2-3-C just to take a round. Come on, Luca, let's go.
There we go. Yeah.
We out here. No bullying. Oh, the JC to catch him from downtown.
A little bit more patient.
So Luca's got the idea, but the execution needs a little work. But we're not dropping this combo. Is it party time?
He's getting these pickups pretty good. It's mostly just like, again, it's like the straight hits. Like he seems to be kind of leaning on like 2C for like his go-to mash, which is working out every once in a while. But I mean, for one, you'd probably want to use 2B just to have access to a faster button, and for two, you probably need to like kind of pick and choose your windows a little bit. Because I mean, it seems like it's kind of working at like a 50-50 ratio, which is like, I mean, you know, for the 50% that it works, it's great, but for the 50% that it doesn't, you know, you can lead to a lot of catastrophic rounds. Oh god, big drop there.
Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, he could have done 6-2. Not 6-3. I'm thinking of Gordeau stuff. 2-3-6.
Yeah. So like, see, like right there, for example, like, you know, I mean, honestly, it kind of felt like he was he was really kind of desperate to find a gap in the pressure. And again, he was like mashing on 2C, which is like, again, 2C is a great butt. Like, Byakuya 2C is a fantastic butt. As far as like an Abare option for like getting out of pressure, you probably want to rely on something that's a little bit faster. And even then, you probably want to, if you're looking, really assess the window at which you're hitting it. Okay, so jump IC2C pays off, but missed the conversion, unfortunately.
Another thing I want to see from Luca is throwing out a reversal when Nyoom opts to do that 6-6B increase. Sort of let him know, like, hey, you can do this all you want. I'm just going to punish you for it. Sort of make Nyoom respect that option as a whole, so he sort of stops getting killed for it as a whole. Alright. Good.
Okay, there we go. AC2C paying up a little bit there.
Ooh, hops to the web. Getting clipped by these 3Cs.
So what I'm seeing now is that I feel like Luca's actually like spending more time running away than trying to get in. And honestly, I don't think that's a good idea right now. I mean, you got to be aware of the fact that you're fighting against a character that excels at a range far beyond what your character is good at. And it's understandable that you might want to create space in order to, you know, kind of fish for an opportunity, but I feel like at some point you have to be way more assertive with your positioning. You know, sometimes, like, I feel like what happens with players sometimes is that, like, I feel like they have an ideal positioning that they want to operate from, and, like, if they don't have that positioning, they feel like they can't really get started. I feel like at some point you have to be really confident with recognizing it's like, okay, the positioning and the way things are going is not, it's not going to be ideal for me all the time. In fact, it's probably not going to be ideal for me most
spacing on
of the
that
time.
2C. That's what we need to be seeing. Wakes up, tries to mash a button, gets cooked by the ground web, drops the combo, but Luca's got CS and could just tries to J2C there, but gets cooked by the 5JC or J5C.
Actually, getting checked by Nyoom with his attempt at an assault icy jump 2C approach. Yeah, it's not really paying off as much lately. Oh wow,
the 2C snagged them ankles. So right now, Luca needs to do a little bit of a mind versus heart kind of stuff right now. He's playing a lot with his heart right there. They're afraid of options that Phonon is throwing out, but they need to recognize that they have the positional advantage of once they start, they just keep Phonon locked down. So they just need to recognize where to take those hits and just sort of snowball from there. And if Byakuya can't do that, then this is just going to be a one-sided match.
I think I would also kind of like to see him be a little bit more assertive with his usage of reversals, because I feel like when the reversals do happen, it's usually at like the threat of a round end situation, which is like, I mean, yeah, it's understandable that you're probably going to panic when you're about to lose life, but like he's holding on to a lot of meter. He hasn't really used it much, like at all. Like,
no,
if you're not being given the opportunity to use your meter in combos, you should probably try to find a way to use it in a way that will help you actually get your leverage.
That did not come out. I do want to see a couple more throws and maybe some TRM setups from Luca. Nyoom is opting to block it a lot.
I mean,
which is fine.
Honestly, I think the situation with Luca right now is I feel like he's probably a little overwhelmed with how to control the neutral situation, which is understandable. And it's one of those things where it's like when you're losing control of a neutral situation pretty consistently, I feel like it kind of bleeds into your ability to do a lot of other things that you would normally want to do in your gameplay. So, I mean, this is why I say, and I feel like I've kind of echoed this point where it's like, for one, this is a good thing. Taking a breather, going to character select, to take time to think about what he's doing. The other thing is, I really feel like even if you're fighting against a zoner, I mean, this isn't a game where, like, you know, because normally zoners benefit from things like chip damage, and this isn't really a matchup or really a game where chip damage is like a heavy leverage point, I don't think. Except for like, you know, a couple of characters. So like,
me and Fox actually talked about this a while ago, and as Fox and Injustice was brought up, you should probably know where this is going when zoners and Injustice is involved in the same sense. Deadshot. So, in general, with these kinds of matchups where zoners in Under Night are not heavily rewarded like that, you need to figure out okay, I just fumbled my words entirely. Luca needs to sit back and let Nyoom come to him, because there's going to be a point where you're going to take all this chip and something's going to have to give. Because you can't kill with chip, something's going to happen, some interaction is going to start.
Well, so there is that, but I mean that it's a compounded issue in this game because, I mean, shield is a thing that exists. So you can just shield most attempts at zoning, and not only kind of avoid a lot of chip damage, but also get a payoff with grid, which actually gives you leverage in situations like this, where now he's actually getting some pretty clean offense now.
Luca just had to sit down for a minute, weigh their options, and just sort of go in from there. But not get clipped by 6-2.
Not getting hit by
nice shield on the JC. Okay. That was not a good shield.
I was like, oh, bit of a delayed hit in that 6XP there.
Yeah. See, another thing that's good about this matchup is if Luca does happen to get grid broken, locking is a very quick way to get all that grid back. And in this matchup, he's going to be doing a lot of blocking. Oh, well over to the side. Oh, the green shield, they could have thrown that. That would have been a good grid break. But Nyoom takes the rounds. Now start 6-3 again, trying to assert that distance right there. Oh, assault, delay JA.
I'm not sure if that was actual shenanigans or dropped input or what happened there. It was weird.
Who knows? It could have been like assault J22A or something like that. Alright. Goes into the force function, and the firm drops it.
Yeah,
probably would have went.
Probably not going to be able to get quite that much off of a 5A starter.
Yeah. Ooh, J2C from downtown. Drops the 60 feet. Ooh, gets his bail off. That's off him, and Nyoom takes that one. 6-0.
Yeah, I feel like just like, I mean, obviously you could make comments about the net play, but honestly, I don't really think that net play is like an actual factor here. I honestly think that just like Nyoom has a lot of control in neutral. And like, yeah, net play probably factors into it a little bit, but honestly I think that judging by kind of the responses that Luca has to a lot of these neutral situations, I don't really know how different the outcome would be under the current circumstances, because I think he's starting to adapt a little bit to like what's happening, which is good. It's good that he's adapting, and it's good that he's recognizing that he's getting caught by a lot of things that he probably doesn't have to give up on. But like, I mean, there's a lot going on here that I feel like it's a lot to take in, even within like the scope of like a 1st to 7 set. So I feel like really at this point you probably just want to try to slow it down a little bit, see what you can learn. And if you do get like those big opportunities for the rest of the set, like just capitalize as hard as you can. I mean, at this point at 6-0 you have nothing left to lose, so...
Honestly, ooh!
There we go.
Honestly, Luca just needs to not just capitalize, but I feel like he needs to explore his options and go for some shenanigans. Right now, They're playing very passive. They're playing very patient. Don't be afraid.
Well, yeah, see, I mean, right now, he's definitely not afraid. Like, you know, he got in for offense and he just went ham. Like, that's what you gotta do. Like, you gotta recognize that, like, your character is so incredibly strong on offense, and, like, once you get in, like, people are at your mercy. Like, and they will be until they demonstrate that they know how to get out.
Oh. Dropped combo.
Okay. Ooh, almost a good pickup off of that. Okay, we're good taking Whirlpool here. Let's see what he does with it. Okay. Trying to save himself out of that.
Gets sniped by the J2-2F. That's been Nyoom's go-to special this entire thing. Besides Fireball, obviously.
Yeah, he's definitely been relying on Icy Jump 2C. Like,
oh yeah,
quite a bit for that approach. And I mean, it's been paying off whenever Nyoom is kind of going in a little too hard on, like, you know, committing the buttons and the zoning effort. But I mean, it's a little bit of a gamble. Like,
lifts the meaty, or mistimes the meaty, my bad. Oh, the dirty overhead in net play. How dare Nyoom?
I wouldn't even say that overhead is like that hard to block in net play. It's just one of those things where it's like if you're not actively thinking about it when it happens, you probably get got.
Yeah, I'm just being sarcastic. Oh, nice rebeats. All right, Luke is showing some light.
Fortunate.
Here
we go.
Oh, the staggers into the CVO. Oh, he's just gonna take it. Luca's just gonna take it. All right. It's a game. It's a game. That's what I want to see. Luca not being afraid to take these risks. One thing I would like to say is, though, he's losing a lot of grid for shielded J2C. So an assault regular JC would be pretty good too, because there were certain grid cycles that he had, and then he did J2C, and Nyoom shielded the whole thing, and he lost most of it. Oh,
I mean, that is true, but at this point, honestly, like I'm kind of questioning how much like Whirlpool's really a factor. Because I mean, we haven't really seen it come into play a whole lot in this set. I feel like there's a lot of kind of like fundamental like spacing and like offensive and defensive situations that are kind of being emphasized here, and like it's not really a resource heavy game outside of like, you know, like Enders with super. So I mean, and I mean that just is what it is. Like it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to just like you take it for what it is, and you identify like the meaningful points of like what both players value in the way that they play, and then just kind of see like what they do with what they know.
Alrighty.
Okay, I do like how Luca's kind of like approaching some of these zoning options now. So probably a little greedy in contesting that 6FF there, but I feel like he was doing a little bit better with kind of dealing with the projectile pressure. Okay, drop there. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. I saw what he went for.
There's the 3C.
I saw what he was going for in that last second.
Yeah. And, so with that, I guess Nyoom will be taking the set 7-1.
It just happens like that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that it was like a huge blow up, because I mean it wasn't like a shutout, but I mean, you know, sometimes like lopsided sets happen. But yeah, I mean,
the main thing.
Go ahead.
If Luca's going to come back to this and watch the VOD, I think the main thing that needs to be taken from this whole match is to be aware of certain offensive and defensive knowledge checks for certain situations, because there was a lot of things Nyoom sort of got away with because of smarter decision making, which is no big deal on face level, but those deeper interactions can sort of take you the whole way with these kinds of games.
I mean, there's kind of a lot to unpack with that set, because it's like there are some things where it's like, you know, you could. There's a lot of stuff that you could throw out there where it's like, you know, I mean, and obviously people love to throw out the net play option, but again, I don't really think that net play is really actually having as much of a factor as something like, you know, this is a Phonon player that plays with a particularly strange style. This is a Phonon player whose style really emphasizes the need to understand how certain zoning patterns work and how to work your way around them. Because the game gives you plenty of tools to deal with that. Like, realistically, like, with a pattern like that, if you identify what's going to happen next and you call it out successfully, you're in. Like, period. That's it. You're in. You do as much damage as you please.
You do whatever a spider can.
You have to be able to recognize those situations, and you have to be able to not be too quick to respond unless you're sure of yourself, basically, and then, you know, capitalize appropriately. So, I mean, I feel, just from what I saw, I felt like there was a lot of unfamiliarity with how to navigate some of those neutral situations, the way that the game was playing out. And I think that, I think to some degree, with both players, I feel like they're both very offense heavy, and I'm trying to think of like how to really put this in a way that's like helpful. Like, I think I'll say that like patience is definitely the name of the game here, because like I feel like a lot of mistakes that happen, a lot of things that led to unfavorable situations was generally due to a lack of patience. And as easy as it is to kind of get a momentum going and then just go ham with your offensive option of choice, patience is still a very important thing to have to ensure that, like, you know, you give yourself the best chance of creating more opportunities for good things to happen instead of just like eating a big counter hit and then potentially dying off of it.
Yeah. So, next game. My boy Uchiha. My boy Uchiha versus Kite. Two good pals of mine.
Indeed. Yeah, I've been familiar with Uchiha for quite a while now. Back in the ancient days when I was actually somewhat regularly streaming, he was a regular. He's always been a pretty chill dude. He's definitely come a long way with his Gordeau play. And this is actually a matchup that I kind of know something about. So,
alrighty.
I'm happy to be able to talk a little bit more about some specific dynamics with this.
Alrighty. So let's see if Uchiha is going to be willing to play patient, round start, or just go in. And he looks like he's going to want to go in. Alright. Let's clip by 2C.
I mean, it's totally understandable. I mean, you know, again, like...
Okay. Follow up from the downward claws. 4B stagger.
What's that?
Nice. 5A. Is Uchiha going to go for safe jump? Nope.
This is
5B repeat.
Hilda does not want to be in. Okay, CS to keep the pressure.
Oh, stagger 2A. They buff that and clear.
Yep, big stagger window on that now. And also, Uchiha actually playing a pretty good patient game here, utilizing the fact that the buffs to Gordeau's dash are making his ability to like kind of dash block through some of this a lot better.
Oh, there we go. Skip neutral the game. Nice staggers.
Okay.
Reaper CS.
Gap between 3C and Reaper.
Ooh, nice catch with 3C. Into the confirm. What's
Probably gonna try to
5A medium
here. Oh, counter hit. Oh my, what?
Yeah, no, so off plane Reaper in the corner, if it's spaced properly, you can get a full follow-up without CS.
Oh, that's sick!
Ooh, we could have slapped a 3C or a 6-6C in there when Kite with 5C. Ooh, good 3C right there.
Character bottom 5, this stuff's so nice!
Yo.
Here we go.
Oh, what's the schmicks? Staggers.
Oh,
that's
no,
a grid break. That's
bad.
That's 4K. That's 4K.
And okay.
Safe jumps? Safe jump? No safe jumps. Okay.
Oh no.
All into the throw. It's what Gord does best. We bully.
That's just Gord being Gord right there, like 100%.
So it was a good call out for Uchiha to go into 66E 22A constantly because Kite was heavily respecting the fact that Uchiha was staggering into that button consistently, and Kite didn't really do anything about it. Didn't shield, didn't mash out or anything like that.
Well, so right now I feel like Uchiha is actually like kind of rotating his options around enough that he's not giving anything away just yet. Wow.
Starter. So 5C actually in patch 1.3 got buffed, so they fixed the hitbox a little bit. Ooh, good shield break. Nothing too sweet, nothing too fancy. What's the play here? 2C meaty and the 5B staggers.
Or normal throw, too good. Oh my god.
With 5 into a sim. Here's the combo. Start off with the perfect. Let's go, Uchiha.
And he had to end it in swag too. It's debatable if he actually needed meter there or not. I think.
Yeah. Oh, the 2C to catch the Soul JB. Good shield there to prevent from the next overhead.
Okay, Kite getting his own pressure started.
Oh, and Uchiha.
Oh, there it is.
Just going for the run-up throw.
I mean...
Alright.
The payoff, yeah, okay, there's that VO. You definitely need that. Oh, okay. That was a good intention, but it did not quite pay off the way he would have wanted. Still probably going to get a decent amount of VO meter for the wake up here, so you're definitely going to have to watch out for something.
That's Sea Reaper right there. There we go.
You cannot move there.
Alright, nice staggers. Oh. Ooh, 4B staggers.
Counter hit.
Yeah.
Good damage here.
3K. Meaty 5C into the 6B. Argenrost's favorite button.
6B is my favorite button.
6B is beyond a shadow of a doubt your favorite button.
It's pretty funny. I mean...
Alright, so strong, convincing to...
I feel like I'm more of a 5A guy, or maybe a 2B guy.
You know, I'm just an everyone kind of guy. Alright. Decent 5A starter, drops the 6-6C, but gets the meaty off it still. Frame kills it.
Really good pressure here from Uchiha. Oh, there's the block.
Oh, there's the 5A into shield break. He'll opt to go into the fuzzy. But good call on the grab.
Finally, yeah, good call out. So Kite is actually recognizing that Uchiha is relying pretty heavily on normal throws for a lot of his offense. So that instant air dive kick was actually good recognition.
Oh. Yeah.
Trying to plus turns out of that. Good contest. Yep, see it's that's where it's happening, and the Kite again is recognizing that like the normal throws are coming.
Ooh.
And now Uchiha actually responding by not going for the throw. It's getting a nice little confirm off the 2A there, and
5B. Alright. Oh!
That's what you were talking about before, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. The buffs to Hilda make it so Gordeau. Oh, the 5Bs! Tap dancing! You love to see it. I love to see it. So, the round start buffs allow Hilda to... Oh, is it 6XP? Oh, no.
Conversion there.
Yeah, no, good conversion, good corner carry. Okay, now I need to stay on topic. So, the buffs to Hilda's dispersal allow it, make it so Gordeau cannot just be... Oh, I know exactly what he was going for there.
Wow, that was rude. That was rude, Uchiha. I hope you know that what you did was very rude.
So, okay. Look, can I shed some backstory, Arjun? Before this match started, Uchiha promised me he was going to do something, and now I'm looking forward to it. I know Uchiha can do it. I'm just waiting to see it.
He had to delay. I bet money if he would have delayed that BSM, he would have got it.
I don't doubt either. Ooh, that JC was kind of nice. Alright, let's send for the knockdown and the Warple cycle. 5C staggers.
Uchiha's got Vorpal here, so, and there we go. You can just get in whenever you want at that
TK,
point.
214B.
Oh my god, so much damage off of that.
Yeah.
And it is pretty realistic for corner damage. Okay, yeah, that's what you were talking about, and Kite probably could have gotten a pretty clean conversion off of that too.
Yeah. Royal did that to me one day, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. Alrighty. Drop
at the very
combo.
least, force them to waste the meter.
Oh, good fake out from the 2-2B. Alrighty.
There's the VO.
You gotta believe, Uchiha. You gotta believe.
You gotta watch that meter, man. If you want to steal somebody's soul on live stream, you gotta watch their meter, bro.
What do you do? Alright, 6-6C to get in. Probably tried to throw in a 6-6C at max space because it's +3 from proper distancing. Oh,
boy.
That is a dead Hilda.
Yeah, with punish.
Something I like that Uchiha went for is recognizing or cycling the option of the fact that Kite went for a shield from 2-2B knowing the fuzzy could have happened and opted to attempt a shield throw. That was something minor that happened in the set that I think was actually extremely smart. Alright.
Oh, okay. Just letting Reaper rip with no resources. That's confidence right there.
It's the Gordeau special.
Okay.
Alright.
Damage off of
oh, 6-6B loops?
Oh no.
We take those. Okay.
Okay, no contest on that.
You know what? We take those. Alright. It's party time.
Here's
Overheads. We take those. Alright. Ooh, does Wake Up 3C?
Oh boy.
No fear.
There's Reaper again. Wrong super to kind of hit confirm off that, but that's okay, because he's getting his offense off of a straight 2A here.
Alright, +4. Goes for. Ooh, the backdash B Reaper to catch a bun.
Oh man, yeah, when Gord has you in the corner and he has Vorpal, you need to be really sure that when
Capital
you're hitting
One
that at the right time.
Uchiha, you better believe. I'm gonna yell at this man in Discord, I swear. So
pressure here. Oh, I like that. You're not going to be able to bait much out when they already VO'd, but I appreciate the intent. Oh, almost stole the cycle there, but one way or another. Oh, he drops it. Okay, not over yet. Was that more? Okay.
See, low knowledge check right here. Since Hilda doesn't have a true reversal in theory, a true reversal from up close, Gordeau can opt to go for 214B A+D as a throw OS and can catch Veil off or any jump back options Hilda does.
Wait.
Ooh, nice assault JB to start the round. Ooh.
Find your way out early. Good tech.
Recognizing the throw is coming out earlier. Drops the combo. Ooh,
Okay,
nice
using
good thrust.
level 3 guard thrust. I respect that. This is it's a pretty rough set right now. Uchiha's got a pretty big lead. He's made it clear that he can establish pressure pretty easily. So, I mean, sometimes going for the guard thrust is just perfectly fine. Give yourself enough of a breather that you can get this meter if you want to try to VO out, but you might want to be careful with that right now because it's a pretty heavy life. Oh, wow, that was dirty. That was rude.
Uchiha! You... Toxic Gord Uchiha.
Man, why are Gord players so toxic?
I don't know, like... I don't understand. I don't get it. As a Gord player myself, I apologize. For all Gord players out there, I don't get it. But, 5B Saggers.
Alright. That's me a sim.
Trying to catch your green shields.
That was funny. I like that.
Oh, that's
no.
exactly what I was just talking about. That is entirely what I was just talking about.
That was so rude. Oh my god. That was clean.
My boy Uchiha really out here doing things.
It was so clean.
6-0. And that is exactly what I just described earlier. 214B against Hilda is a dumb strong option. But 2C is also extremely good. Alright. Let's see if Kite can make any adjustments here.
Well, this is definitely the time to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate drop. Drop my normal throw here. Surprised, I'm sad that he's not going for like the corner to corner variation where you just chuck him onto the wall. Oh, fancy stuff. I like it.
I think it's mainly because this is net play and they don't want to establish.
It's pretty tricky on net play.
Oh, good option to go for air glide.
Yeah, I respect that option. I mean, even if you're taking the trade, you're denying Hilda the opportunity to get offense started, so it's a good payoff. Okay, no real mix here. But Kite does have Vorpal. Not anymore!
Yeah, not anymore.
That's Uchiha's way. No, staggering 5B.
5B.
And Uchiha is one round away from making this into a clean sweep. Come on, Kite.
Oh, flips Uchiha out of the Reaper. Oh. Wake up 2B. We take those. Alright, what's the...
Okay, there's the VO. Alright, no soul stealing today.
I guess... Oh, nice
Thankfully.
Reaper to catch backdash.
Oh. Bit of hesitance on Kite trying to match out punishing the 6-6C with. Yeah,
this is
it?
it?
Yep.
Clean 7-0. Clean shenanigans.
Ow.
From that young Uchiha.
Ooh, man. So, I feel like it's... I think one thing worth pointing out here is that, like, I feel like Gord really is one of those characters where it's like, when the Gord player knows that you don't know how to really deal with, like, the onslaught of options, it's like, it's so easy for him to maintain that momentum for a very, very long time. Like,
and another thing that players don't recognize about Gord sometimes is that Gord making a gamble on all sides also involves you making a gamble on all sides. You have to make that guess as well, because you could guess wrong and get blown up, but you could also guess right. So it's one of those things where if you, like how you were saying, if you don't know what you're doing against Gord, it's very easy to get, and I say this phrase lightly, it's easy to get lost in the sauce. Basically, it is extremely easy to get lost in the sauce.
yeah, I would say it's like, because I mean, I want to say that like Kite demonstrated some things that like showed that like he kind of knows like what options he has against Gord, but I feel like even if you know technically what you're supposed to do against Gord, it's way easier said than done just by the nature of the character. And I feel like, you know, even though Hilda has like some nice things here and there to help her kind of deal with the onslaught, I feel like honestly, like even when I play Gord against like literally any Hilda and you get that clean hit and you put them in the corner, it's like you have infinite power. Like,
yeah,
it's such an empowering position to be in, and it is so difficult for the Hilda player to actually get out unless they are extremely confident in what option you're going to exercise and they respond accordingly.
Yeah. An option that Uchiha didn't go for that much, but it's something that was a possibility. I don't know if you watched Angel versus Hanzo and Gonzo, but Hanzo and Gonzo opted to backdash slightly out of the corner and do increase 5C because Angel likes to do dive kick on Hilda on Wake Up as Hilda. So that's the other option that I could go for. Hanzo Gonzo hit Angel with it a lot, like 4 out of 4 times. So
wow.
it was something.
Yeah, that's it really does feel like I feel like Gord gets so much room to play around with how he wants to mess with Hilda on offense. And I feel like Hilda just kind of does, like, what she can. And I mean, granted, like, you know, a lot of people would talk about this matchup now would say that it's, like, it's still kind of Hilda favored, or at least even, but, like, I really don't think you can discount the fact that, like, when Gord starts his offense, like, you cannot afford to guess wrong. Like, it's so easy to just get absolutely exploded for guessing wrong. And I feel like for Gord, like, going up against Hilda is really, it's probably one of the matchups where being in the corner, like, having her in the corner is probably one of the more rewarding, like, matchups in the game. Like, I don't think there are many other characters you can bully quite as hard as Gord.
Yeah, it's basically the name of the game. Gord doesn't have crazy damage. He doesn't have ridiculous neutral. But what he does have that I don't think any other character can really do as well as him in the game is bully. Gord is a tyrant if you don't know what to do against some of his options, and he just gets away with murder.
I would say that is true. Okay, well, so that has been our 2 sets for the night. I'm not sure what the plan is for upcoming RVE, but I hope that you guys have had a good time.
I know I had a blast. Did you have a blast, Argan?
Yes, this was quite fun. It's nice to come back to talking about Under Night and having fun with Under Night stuff after several months of just playing many other things.
Yeah.
So I guess we are going to be taking a little bit of a break for RVE, but if you guys aren't already following RVE on Twitter, you should do that. And if you're not following this channel, you should do that, because we like to have fun out here and talk about this game. And I mean, these guys are great. I love being here and doing this every day.
But Argan, if we like to talk about the game, how can I find you talking about the game?
Well,
What?
at least in my case, I mean, my tag is Argenrost, and the name Argenrost is basically untaken on every other form of social media, so if you know how to spell Argenrost at this point, you can probably just use that and find me on Twitter or wherever, really. So if you want to see me talk about stuff, then you can follow me at @Argenrost on Twitter.
And if you want to find me, I don't know why you would search for me. That's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure my PSN and my Twitter are the same. You can follow me at Noctis Streams. My Steam, and I'm pretty sure I've sort of made the name Noctis sort of familiar in the Under Night FGC. I know there was like someone else named Noctis like forever ago, and I have no idea where they vanished to. But yeah, I swing on over to my Twitter.
Yep.
Let's have a chat about all things Uni, shenanigans, Gordeau, whatnot.
Okay. Most importantly, yes.
Follow
Also,
RVE.
Also, definitely follow Nyoom. Nyoom does really cool art. You can find her at Nyoom Does Stuff.
Oh yeah.
Most importantly, follow the RVE Twitter if you haven't already at RVE_uni. All right, and with that, I do believe we are ready to send the people off into a raid. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. Everyone have a good night.
Stay safe.